5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome everyone here to VanillaTV, where we have the first map of the evening in the Excello ZOWIE TF2 invite bracket. Thank you very much to Zowie at ZowieGear.com for sponsoring this Team Fortress 2 tournament. It's the number 4 tournament that they sponsored, and we have the first game in the quarterfinals here between TCM in the blue and Nitrose in the red, with Nitrose being the winners of the open bracket last night. My name is Pledge. With me is going to be Skully, comedian on the stream, as we're going here to this first middle.
Yeah, and hymzi's just gone completely huge at the start here. Went around the side. He's taken out his, he's taken out Brozo, he's taken out Cyber, and he's just taken out Trax as well. It's a 4-man there by hymzi. I just forgot whose name was there. 4-man by hymzi, and that's just really set it up. There's only Donut up for Nitros. So this is just going to be a nice little walk on now for second. They've actually got Donut. Now hymzi is a 5-man by him. I haven't been catching that. That's quite a pretty nice start there by him. He must be on it. And he must
6
be
points already. They just started. This is actually getting quite ridiculous as TCM getting in a free pass towards the second point. And we spoke about it a little bit before the game, Skully. This is Nitrose's first test. Like, they're not an ETF2L. They have not got any resume, pretty much. Like, they're just coming here kind of cold, beating Avenue last night, and we'll see how they're going to fare against the proper prem side that is TCM, and TCM moving into the left hand side now. Let's see how they deal with that heavy, Skully.
I mean, they've got a quick focus fire on there. There is a spy, I think, they thought, but they have gone complete, and they are just really pushing. They are pushing Nitros into a corner, and there's nothing you can do when you just get pushed into a corner being juggled. Yeah. That's TCM's point.
1-0, very clear middle there for TCM. Nitros, obviously they don't have to change anything yet, but lose 1 or 2 more middles straight after this, and it's going to get you thinking. Let's see if Nitros can put it back. Yesterday we saw in the open bracket finals that Cyber was playing as a Merc. Now he has fully joined Nitros as their soldier, so we'll see how he is going to fare for his first night there in Nitros with the official lineup. Going into this middle, though, we can see the TCM scouts, as usual, just going in from the top. Nitros doing the exact same, spreading their scouts out, and I like the way that Nitros looks so far, Skully.
Yeah, no, they've kept it quite simple now. They've not been under pressure. They've excelled. They know now they're pushing forward now. But they've waited for the moment, and now they're saying, "Let's go for it."
Yeah, we saw a lot of aggression coming out of Traxantic yesterday, who just went aggressive every single map. What you're going to see now, though, is that every time he tries to do something, the scouts from TCM are really what's keeping him at bay, if you can say it like that. Like, the scouts from TCM all throughout that middle are really zoning Nitros as much as possible. But TCM byte actually had to use that Uber. Evilmoon still has that Uber ready to go. And surely TCM is going to try to force that Uber and drop out here. Yeah, there we go. Scout easily going in there, and hymzi is pretty much the guy you want to have suiciding in there. Uber's getting popped, though, maybe a little bit early. How much damage are they going to do? I don't think it's going to be a lot.
No, I think the idea to use the Uber to block the second is what they were trying to do, but they really did that too late. They have pushed out onto into a yard, but they've got 50% disadvantage on Uber now. Byte is just now they're going to be pushing on now as we see.
They got 2 late picks on Rebellion and hocz. So obviously it's a 6 versus 4 scenario. They know byte doesn't have the Uber yet. Is TCM going to block it, though? Yes, they are. They're going to come from the top. Uber does get popped straight onto the medic. That's how you do it, says TCM, straight into Nitro's face. And now Nitro spreading up as much as possible are going to come in late, but Traxantic has gone down. Everyone from Nitro seems to retreat, not going to fight this, not going to go for the pick on byte, which they really should have.
I don't think they had the numbers up, really. They were low, didn't have the numbers up, and you can just see now that TCM's just going to use this. They are just completely pushing straight into Gary, into Z, and Zeb and hocz, really just a 2-man tandem there, just completely wipes out half the team.
Yep, and now Kaidus coming back together there with byte, meeting on the point, probably going to stroll into from the left side again. I think I've seen TCM do this countless times, going in from left side, but they're going to choose the right side now. 85% is obviously not that Uber. Just getting ready. It's going to be barely in time, and maybe if Nitros realize that byte doesn't have it yet, they might stand a chance. Evilmoon goes down, no, Zebbosai goes down. Uber now gets popped down. That should really be the end there for Nitros on this point.
That is. I think they got a little bit lucky there. Byte was under pressure. He did manage to get Uber, and the moment he got it, he just didn't really hesitate, use it straight away. I mean, it was a questionable push. I mean, when you looked at it on paper, it was 5 versus 3 at the start. So yes, they probably should have done it, but They just cannot count respawners.
Obviously, you don't really know when the players are going to spawn. The last couple of players from Nitros actually all spawned at the exact same time. That sticky actually didn't get detonated. Kaidus definitely getting a 1-up there on hocz, as now hocz is getting the med pack. Health is going to be equal there. How is Nitros going to deal with the scouts? It looks like Traxantic immediately gets shut down, as I said before. But with Droso taking down Kaidus, I think Nitros definitely having their first middle over here.
Yeah. Basically, the scouts, from what I saw, the scouts committed to Traxantic, and basically just doing Trax did exactly what Roma should be doing, suiciding, getting onto the point. That's a great lesson for any Romas that want to learn. Just don't bother surviving on a mid, just go straight in. And you could just see Trax went in, he forced them, the scouts had to focus Trax, and they had nowhere to go. And that just said the rest of the Nitro just walk over the point.
Obviously, you need to really play the positional game. If you're Nitros, if you're in his shoes, you can actually see hymzi behind. He does not get shut down. So we have a 6 versus 5 scenario. We've seen the heavy from TCM countless of the time. Then we cast Granary against Punchline. I remembered casting a TCM game. They have the heavy on Granary all the time, lesson. It's always Rebel-E. They've been using this strategy for probably as long as I can remember. It takes a long time for them to get the frags, but they do in the end. And slowly but surely, Nitros gonna pick up their first round of the tournament, I guess, Skully.
Yeah, this is what they need. They need to get this first point. Now they can say, right, we are settled. Now we know what to do. We refine. We're warmed up. Let's
get this game going. That's kind of I can imagine them being like, we got this. No worries. We won a middle. We played the second middle. Actually, they played fine as well. Didn't really know how to deal with the scouts, and that is the one thing that I can say 100% right now is that hymzi and Rebel-E, they play these middles for TCM so both aggressively and smart. Like they go aggressive at the right time, and if Nitros can deal with that properly, I'm sure they're going to be 100% fine. But if they can't, they're going to be in a lot of troubles throughout this middle.
Yeah, it's interesting. Trax hasn't gone aggressive this time. This time it's Zeb, and Kaidus has got Evilmoon. That again is from just a Roma's story there.
Yeah, definitely. Zebbosai just walking in there, getting that first rocket in, getting a second shotgun shot in as well, really just making sure that Kaidus could take him down. But on the other hand, though, Nitro showing the aggression, realizing, you know what, our medic is down, we might as well go in, see what we can make happen here, and that's exactly what they did. They go in, frag players left and right, and with a 3-1 advantage at the very last second on this middle, surely they're going to pick it up, and immediately onto the second point. I know that Zebbosai was actually alive. Obviously, he died first, so he is going to block this second point. But Donut's definitely going to have a peek here.
I think Donut, for a moment, I thought Donut probably could have got that. I'm just seeing where he's gone now. Has he gone upstairs behind? I can't see.
I think Donut just retreated out. Let me check if I can find him real quick.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah, he just retreated out. So it's going to be a 6 versus 6 scenario. Let me see. Do we see the crits on Nitros? I don't think that. No, Evilmoon just actually died so much earlier. TCM's going to say, you know what? We're not going to have any of this uber disadvantage crap. We're just going to push out. But it cost them byte. And now this is the moment where TCM is going to have to choose. Do we drop out and play safe, or do we go monstrously aggressive in and just try to make something happen here? It looks like TCM is doing a little bit of both, as Nitros is now going to have to pop the Uber on the second point, but there's like 3 people behind them. So we have the weird scenario where byte has spawned on his own, hocz, Zebbosai, and Rebel-E were behind. 2 of them got shot down, third one getting shot down right now with just byte and hymzi up. TCM surely cannot even hold this.
Yeah, that was just weird. I saw Kaidus jump onto Evilmoon. He did get the pop in yard, but I think what happened was scouts wanted to back cap, Kaidus wanted to get the pop, and they were just out of position.
Yeah.
It's interesting now, you look at it, 4 mids, each person who's 1 mid has won the round.
Players to watch right now, obviously the 2 demo man, but really Traxantic and Zebbosai have been initiating aggression throughout these middles so far. Just going to take a look at Traxantic. He didn't get the buff just yet. Coming in from the right hand side. Where's that guy going to go? His gets shut down immediately. Is now just going to drop back? Yes, they are. I love this decision. I really love this decision where you lose your demo man early. Just get out of there. And try to keep that Uber settled until you can defend second, because usually your demo man spawns in time. You cannot hold yard. Like, it's not actually possible. You cannot hold yard, cannot lose players there. They lose Donut, but still 5 versus 6 is alright. And now his has spawned. His is going to join in there, and they can defend this point with the Uber, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Yeah,
that was just great aggression by TCM. They just continued going. They weren't going to give them a chance to push back in. And this is what they've just got. Kaidus has managed to get Evilmoon. Rebel-E gets side. And they are just all over the place. There are stickies on the point. They're not testing on doing much. Hiss is down.
TCM has not at all covered the flank, so we can see hocz being on half health, spotting the soldier, but there's so many players around still from Nitros taking down byte. And even though TCM might barely in the end, no, actually Donut getting the double kill there. The Frenchman is going huge there. That was fantastic. And don't forget, byte actually died so late. Evilmoon has a 25 to 30% advantage right now. So Nitros definitely getting the better edge of that and defending their second point by just making a brilliant decision, dropping out of middle there as soon as they lost that Devilman on middle.
It's great, but as you say again, TCM did not look at the flank, and it is a recurring problem. We saw it with Snakewater and Gravel Pit. It's a recurring problem by them. That they are very aggressive, they just don't keep an eye on the back.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see Zebbosai actually launching in there. It does get one rocket, but Cyber actually blocking off that rocket. Nitros is probably going to have to heal up their players first, then they should go in. They should know that they have about a 20-second window. They're actually going to... Oh my god, actually Haste does get dropped there. That is definitely not their plan, but if they can take down byte, they might get a favorable exchange. Donut winning the duel with hymzi there. That's actually a very important duel, but TCM getting out of here completely, and they might have to leave the middle B. Is TCM going to be in time? They are coming from this garage now. The point is not going to get blocked. They're going to... No, they actually have an Uber jet. That is actually very well played by byte, just holding on to that Uber. And they're just going to take middle back. And even though Nitros did a very good job capping that, I think they did an even better job retreating out of there early enough. They still have all of their 6 players up.
I think they probably thought that TCM were going to use that Uber as well. I mean, that was quite a big surprise. And they're going to push out now on the right side. They are getting spammed, but they are just going straight on Traxantic to get Rebelli. Kaidus does get his, and that's a good game, but it's a... Cyber gets Kaidus.
It's a Devilman each, and Evilmoon getting a little bit caught off here, though, Skullies. Evilmoon is the only one in garage. That is not actually good. Like, Evilmoon is kind of sitting there, 90%, and he is alone.
How does he get out?
Where is he? Let's see. hocz is spawning right now. He might barely get the Uber, but surely TCM is going to be in his ass in a matter of seconds. 95%. Is he going to get it in time? No, he is not. And that is a mistake from the Nitro side. I cannot word it any other way.
Yeah, I don't think they were ready for it. You know, TCM are really playing aggressive now, which is, you know, they're not holding back. They are doing. They must have heard me. They must have heard me when I said I wanted action on Granary.
Nitros actually did a very good job there, considering they had a massive Uber disadvantage and everything, but just barely not making it in the end. Going into the next middle, the hocz needs to play it a little bit safe. He's still full health, though. Very well played to him. Now getting a little bit pistol. Scout in his face is going to shut him down. That's a fantastic shot of hymzi, and he just barely gets killed in the end. That was very defensive played. But Traxantic once again going huge, getting a couple of picks there on the side, but byte staying alive, and Evilmoon staying alive. And is Evilmoon going to get out of there? He did get a sticky in his face. So yeah, with droso blocking all of these shots there, very well played. And Nitros is going to be fine.
That's quite a funny moment, actually, because Traxantic lost where byte was, and he had his back to byte, and byte was one rocket away from dying.
Yeah. So I saw that happening. Traxantic was just lost. It was very funny to see. Both teams do have Uber, though. A little bit of a player advantage here for TCM. They're now respawning, so let's see. Nitros just getting all of their players in. Everyone is getting a buff. They're spreading out. Knowing TCM, they should go from garage. Like, they've been doing this countless and countless of times. It looks like they're going to opt for this garage. Yeah, here we go again. 2 soldiers positioned around garage, around C. They do this so often. They love doing this. They get Traxantic, but a soldier for a scout, not really who loves that favor, considering hymzi's a ridiculously fragging scout. We can see a lot of damage coming in. Actually, droso getting caught off there by hocz, and TCM all over the players from Nitros right now. Who is going to win this exchange, Skully? I cannot call it right now.
Oh, I think TCM might have this, but they did pop early. They have pulled out a bit. Now they're going back in. They have lost hocz, though. So I'm
not sure, though, actually. hocz doing a lot of damage here. Everyone from TCM just pulled immediately all over their faces. And I don't know, man, it's 4 versus 3. I think Nitros might actually fancy having a go at this.
Yeah, I think now TCM, they are doing the safe thing. They are just going to pull up because byte's only got a scout with him. And that's not
they are going to block. Knowing that, they are going to try and block this. So yes, here we go. Scout's just blocking off the point. Can they frag off that scout? I don't think they can. As Donut gets out with about 20 HP, just barely surviving that. And knowing TCM, they should be going in on the dot, and if they do that, they might hit that 2 to 3 second window they actually have to pick this off. Evilmoon very, very dedicated on building this Uber. Look at that. He's building like a madman. Zebbosai suiciding. That's fine. This is probably hymzi suiciding. Yeah, here we go. I'm a little bit surprised that wasn't Rebelli. because what they usually do is they send in Rebel E aggressive instead of hymzi, and then they let Rebel E switch to heavy. Instead, now they're going to go for Zebbosai with heavy, and they're going to keep the 2 scouts. And we'll see how this battle's going to fare, though, in their favor. Zebbosai's going to be there any second, though, and as soon as that heavy arrives, surely at this point it's going to be in TCM's favor. But byte getting spread out from everyone. Kaidus going down, and Nitros just splitting the players from TCM. But once again, that heavy coming into the fight, that's going to seal the deal, unless, you know what, the aim of Nitros is pretty sick today.
Transacts it. No one noticed Transacts it. Trax, and he just jumped down straight onto Zeb.
Oh, we're going to have the fight here with Donut on last. Is he going to be able to make it? It does not look like it. Are they barely going to spawn? Oh my god, what a clutch spawn there for Nitros as Cyber's actually coming in. Kaidus is coming in though, and he's going to cap that off. 4-2 is the lead. And,
that was a good play there by Kaidus, really. He came in just to the right side.
Love that heavy choice on Zebbosai as well. It's good to keep in mind. Usually we see we actually see either Zebbosai or Rebel E running that heavy. I guess it's Rebel E for defense, and it's like Zebbosai for offense. I guess that's their way of playing, but they love that heavy on Granary last.
He's a very aggressive heavy, which helps. And Granary is that map for a heavy.
See now how the 7 middle's going to fare. So far, Nitros has been showing some good work here on middles, but a lot of pressure on hocz early. hymzi does go down though, and Nitros definitely getting the better end of the frag so far. Yeah,
they managed to pick up Zeb quite early, which actually helped very well. So I think TCM are just going to pull out of this.
They have a big Uber advantage. Byte should know this. Let's see. Byte and Kate is actually staying defensive. So we'll see. hocz actually tried bombing in there. I don't know if you caught that, but he actually got like 3 rockets on the medic, Evilmoon. But instead of those 3 rockets hitting the medic, he hit everything else, and like 4 players died at the same time. It's hilarious to watch.
The fails of the roaming soldier.
See that quite often actually, just roaming soldiers hitting the combo instead of just the melee, like just hit everything they see. And are we going to go into stalemate? I'm not 100% sure. No, TCM's actually just going to be on the back foot here as hymzi immediately gets fragged onto the side. droso gets fragged though, so that's 1 scout each. And I think TCM's going to like this exchange. They kill Cyber off, and now with a player advantage and pretty much a positional advantage, considering that hocz is now going down in the back of TCM as well. Surely Nitros, they can do nothing else apart from just give TCM the middle. Maybe hope for a pick on byte.
They almost had a pick on byte there. Byte decided to go a bit aggressive there for some reason and went straight for his with his Ubersaw.
So you know what, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Excello ZOWIE TF2 Challenge number 4. This is the invite bracket after yesterday's open bracket. This is where the top 8 teams pretty much are just joining in a massive cup sponsored by ZOWIE. Please check them out at ZOWIEgear.com and excello.net. You can find all the competition info right there with TCM and Nitros up against each other. This is the first quarterfinal of the game. First round, pretty much, of the invite bracket. This is the first map as well, CP Granary. After this, we're going to have Badlands and a Gravel Pit, possibly as a third map. And as we say that, TCM doing their standard Kaidus on right and the rest on left push.
This is like a staple. This is like the bread and butter play for TCM. And
they love this push, they love doing it, and Nitros hasn't really figured out a way to deal with it. Obviously, look, right now the Ubers do actually get forced. I don't know how byte got forced there, but I think he was a little bit out of position. hocz getting picked, and we saw this last night. I don't know if you caught that, but hocz getting picked individually from time to time. Not a lot, but here and there he just slips off, and Kaidus, look at that aggression coming out from him, hitting the pipes on Evilmoon. Nitros going to lose out on this round. It's going to be 5-2, and now time is going to start to tick for Nitros. They did very well. They got to 2-2, but then TCM kind of stepped it up a notch. They started playing more to the perfection that they did in the first 10 minutes, and now it's looking very one-sided.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, because we did say at the start of the game that this is probably TCM's map out of the choices, so it's no surprise. It is a bit of a shame, because Nitros did show a lot of good stuff in the first 4 rounds. And it's just kind of falling apart now as we see this mid go again. Now we've got the demo. We've got TCM just taking the high ground at the moment. Now comes the soldier for Nitros going aggressive, but byte's gone top, so the soldiers have just gone for a jump. There's no one there.
Cade is actually going for the jump right now, hopping in, but droso immediately shuts him down. That is great play from Nitros. Let me emphasize that. That was great play from Nitros. Even byte now going down. That's 6 down. Nitros, really, they saw Traxantic going down before, played it safe, dropped back a little bit, but as soon as they saw Kaidus jumping, they switched their attention, killed him off, then went so aggressive that TCM was kind of all over the place. And they ended up dying one after the other. And suddenly, after losing Traxantic early, they got a 6-0 exchange, and that is really impressive play.
That is basically what you got to do on Granary mid. You can't do one of the, you can't mix it up. You've got to go over aggressive, you've got to go passive, and you've got to have that switch. There's no little dimmer switch, it's just an on-off switch. And they just picked it up fantastically. And like we said, they missed a jump to get the salt, they missed a jump to get byte. Realised, played it safe.
Yeah.
Which is great. They're going to come in now. You see Rebby.
Rebby, there you go. We said it before. Rebelly's playing the heavy weapons guy. They're going to have to take him down or byte. One of the two. The backup is going on. Is it going to be in time though? No, it is not. And Nitros, perfectly executed. Obviously, if you want to push to last with an Uber advantage, if you make the slightest mistake, you can screw it up. But that was perfect. You sticky up the doors if they go in. If they don't go in, you kill them. That's kind of the way you want to do it. And now 5-3. There's still options for Nitros here.
There's 9 minutes left, and there's a lot of map time left. You can get another 4 counts at least, another 4 points at least.
And we're going to see it's been a very high-paced gravel pit so far, fast-paced, I should say. High-paced not really a word now, is it? Has to go in. Here, Zebbosai immediately gets fragged. This is the second soldier going to get fragged by this very right-side aggression from TCM. 2 frags each, though. Is Kaidus going to be able to get that pick, though, on the down man? No, he is not! But even though hocz is getting the bottle kill, it's not going to be enough to win this middle, most likely, as the aggression on Nitros continues. And Evilmoon, unless he gets a Sol, which he is not, that was a good effort, though. Evilmoon didn't get it, just barely there in the end. And I can only assume that is pretty much Nitros' game plan. They got droso on sniper. They did this last night. If they have a massive disadvantage, they take a sniper or they take a spy. That's the way they play. And we can see Donut actually going spy as well. And then Traxantic's probably hiding somewhere, which I assume. So they have the sniper, they have the spy, they have Traxantic hiding somewhere. This very high-risk gamble sort of style of playing. But what TCM does is just saying, you know what, we'll wait for Kaidus and then we push in. So the chances of picks are just much lower. I think Donut is the player to watch though, Skully. Where is he at?
He is behind them. They've not noticed him. They've not noticed him. They've not noticed him.
Oh my god! Oh!
How many times did he miss that?
No, how did TCM not notice him before? That was ridiculous.
That was great.
Donut does go down there, but look, it actually bought them some time as Evilmoon now 80% Uber. Is Evilmoon going to get shut down as hocz goes in? No, he does not. Great shotgun there from Cyber. But Zebbosai goes in.
Shot.
Oh my god, that was a fantastic shot from Zebbosai. Taking Evilmoon down at the nick of time. But byte pretty much on his own there. He's going to get shut down. Kaidus is the last. Great shot by Cyber. Taking Kaidus down. That was a fantastic shot on top of that pipe.
That was pretty damn special, especially with Evilmoon strafing away.
That was individual plays everywhere, Skully. That was ridiculous.
That was just pure deathmatch. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see this, let's do 4-4, whatever, 4 go one way. Pure deathmatching.
That's just deathmatch. It's more fun, isn't it? Just a couple of guys mashing the shit out of each other. That's more fun.
Best way of doing it. I think Traxantic Trax there was one of the key points of keeping that alive. They didn't panic when they lost Evil. Oh my
god! Like, Nitro's now falling apart due to the hands of
Evil got an Ubersaw and he has popped. He has survived. But
is it gonna help though? I don't really think it is. Like, they can Uber Donut for about 5 seconds and then run out even further. Kaidus is on Evilmoon. Kaidus does get shut down. Nice retreat there from Donut, actually dropping out, saving his medic. But the Uber is almost ready to rock and roll here for TCM-Gaming. And the blue side probably is gonna make it 6-3 and pretty much throw the lock into this game.
Yeah, to be fair, they did pop, but they didn't like lose a lot more Uber in Evilmoon dying. So there is that to it. We've got
And let's see if they're going to suicide in players or if they're just going to go. Yeah, it looks like TCM, they are just going to go. No suiciding around this time as they're going to go in. They have to focus down at the heavy first. Are they going to do that? It looks like yes, but it took them a long time to take it down, but the point already getting capped. Pretty much the same execution as Nitros showed us last round, 6-3. And if Nitros doesn't really get a wipe on this mill, it's pretty much all going to be over.
Yeah, it's do or die time again for Nitros. They need to just do something. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Trax going balls deep.
They look good though last round, I have to say. If it wasn't for hymzi and Rebel kind of just going for no apparent reason and getting success out of there, Nitros really had a shot of just making it 5-4 and getting it to a close edge last second of Granary. But that play from hymzi and Rebel was fantastic, and they're definitely gonna try turning this around from Nitros. But look at the aggression from TCM. That is actually getting completely shut down.
Cyber and his piece there was just completely managed to get the spam up, and when we said they need to go balls deep, they waited, and TCM went aggressive. You notice TCM were the aggressive one at the start of that mid, and it backfired for them again.
That's not really all that much though, as Donut is going to get a forward spawn, so a little bit, but Byte still stayed alive. That's obviously going to delay this push quite a bit. Is Byte going to have to Uber though? 98%.
I think he's trying to.
Looks like he is having Uber definitely right now, so we'll see. Nitros, they're probably going to have to wait for the Delman to show up, as his did go down in that middle fight, so they're waiting for him to show up, and there he is. Are they going to go for the right side or from the left side? It looks like the left side is going to be their way. Is the execution as flawless as TCM's though? I don't think so, but is it going to be enough? I don't actually think that at the moment that you pop Uber and lose 2 players, you're going to be a little bit demotivated.
Yeah, and the soldiers got completely split up from Evilmoon there, and it was just clusterfuck. That's all you can describe there. Pushing from Z isn't the easiest thing to do, and that just proved it. They just lost position.
TCM going to pick up this minute point. That's pretty much going to put the nail in the coffin here, as time is starting to run out for Nitros. Look at the aggression, TCM. To be honest, if I was Nitros, I'd just go into them right now. Like, they have 2 players away because they're capping middle. So obviously, if you just go aggressive, you know, you might as well, as the time is running out for them. TCM definitely having the advantage here. I'm just looking, what's the time left? We have 3.5 minutes. Not really possible anymore. Maybe something completely, like, they need to cap in the next 90 seconds. Nitros needs to cap. That is not really possible anymore in Granary.
No, this is. I think they popped it. Wow, that was a weird pop there by Evilmoon. That's probably a
They're gonna have to. So we'll see. As Nitros is just gonna Uber in. He probably slipped his finger or something like that. I have no idea, but he just randomly Ubered there. And Kaidus is gonna follow that up now, Skully.
Yeah, I've been there before. I've been there before on a pickup. You know, you're holding last and your fingers slip. So I feel for Evilmoon.
I had that a couple of times the first couple of weeks I played Medic, actually. I was like, how's this? I cannot do this! I cannot hold my... Like, I used to play a lot of Sniper as well, so wasn't really able to do it. But this game is obviously going to close up right now, as GGs are going to be called in just a second. 7-3 is the score at this moment for TCM. There's still a couple of minutes left on the clock, and they're going to play it out, so... We'll see what the official scoreline is going to be. It could still be 8-3, actually. 5 difference.
Maybe. I think what Nitro now needs to say is, look, there's 2 minutes left. We need to just say you're not getting another point, or we're going to get a point. They need to salvage something to go into the next map, which is probably going to be the map which they turn it around. They just need to like take another momentum boost out of this, and let's see what's going to happen.
Right now, what's going to happen? Traxantic getting the last boost up to 300, and Traxantic, what do you have in store for us right now? It looks like a bomb is going to what he has in store for us. Getting Zebbosai, a roaming soldier. That's roaming soldiers killing each other at this moment in time. Scouts killing each other, and hocz just coming in. Traxantic already with a double kill in this middle. Now does get shut down by the great defensive skills from Rebel, just keeping his medic alive there. Fantastic work, and we'll see that Evilmoon is going to hit the Uber, but once again, really the only comfort they can find right now is to just not make it 8-3.
Yeah, they really need to just make it keep the score as it is now, just for momentum, you know, just for confidence. I think they are. Yeah, they have pops. They're trying to defend this, and TCM are retreating. Yeah.
Nitros obviously having the spawn advantage, and considering they got like 3 players each on middles, they don't have a little bit of advantage. Droso going into Kaidus. Is he going to get him? Yes, he is.
They've not noticed hocz behind them. They have not noticed hocz behind them. The hocz is just going to creep right behind. Now
they got him now. It's all right. Like they've been barely in time, just catching hocz there. He's going to get shut down by Droso as well, so double kill for him. Oh my God! Great shot from Zebbosai actually taking down Evilmoon. That's a nice last couple of minutes, Skully. We have just a little bit of individual work. Droso actually killing Byte. Zebbosai getting another headshot on the soldier just coming into him. Bottle kill coming down on hymzi, and they're just finishing off the map with a little bit of a laugh. And I love it when teams end the game like this.
Yeah, no, it's just a nice little bit of, you know, it's all war half, you know, for like 30 minutes or 28 minutes, and then you decide, you know what, let's just have some fun, you know.
25 seconds left on the clock. This game obviously has been far, and long gone. We'll see. Is TCM going to cap it? I don't actually think they are. Byte's not even close. Kaidus is going to get shut down. So the end score, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be 7-3 here in the first quarter final between TCM-Gaming in the blue and Nitros in the red. Nitros obviously being the underdogs. I wouldn't say proving this, but they showed a lot of good stuff, Skully.
They have shown a lot, being that you've got to remember, this is basically a Prem and a Div 1 mixed team. And
Nitro's a very new team, really trying to get their lineup. Cyber joined like today or yesterday, so obviously he's a very new player. We'll see how they're going to fare on CP Badlands, which is the second map here in the quarterfinal of this best of 3. Nitros and TCM are going to move on. This was VanillaTV with Pledge and Skully and Comedian on the camera. Going into the second map, Badlands here in just a second in the Excello ZOWIE TF2 Challenge, the invite bracket. See you in a second.